Hey y'all, I'm Paula Deen, and today we're fixing no-fuss meals that won't take but just a few minutes. First up are my hot and bubbly mini Mexican pizzas that's just dripping with a ooey-gooey cheese. And then I've got hot and chunky chili, served in the cutest little mini biscuit bowls that are just bursting with flavor. And finally, I want to show y'all Mama's banana dessert. It's so sweet and creamy you won't believe how good it is. So get out your plates and napkins, because it's mini meal time, y'all.
Y'all know, I don't know how it happened, but somehow in my later life, I became one lucky chick. You can see I'm here in our backyard and I'm just enjoying this beautiful sunny day. And you know, sometimes you don't want your meals to be this huge production. You want to just have real casual food. So today is all about quick mini meals. Now I'm going to start by making some mini pizzas, and I've got my pot heating here. I'm going to put a little oil in there, and I'm going to saute quickly some bell peppers and some mushrooms. You can see I had my pot hot. And think, for this pizza, I want to make like a Mexican pizza. Instead of using a pizza sauce, I'm using a jarred salsa. And I'm gonna be using one of the store-bought pizza crust. These are wonderful. Now I'm gonna take a large biscuit cutter, and you could put anything in here that you wanted to. You could use zucchini, you could use onions. What I've chosen today though is the mushrooms and the bell pepper. And do y'all know what I'm using as a table today? Michael has had this thing around the house or around in the yard for years. It's a trough that holds water for horses. Michael and his daughter Michelle and Anthony are just huge horse lovers. They love to ride horses. All right, now I've got our pizza cut out for our crust, and now I'm gonna take just a jarred salsa, and you can use any one that happens to be your favorite. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on each one, just like that. The children in my family love Mexican. Kari and Michelle could eat it 4 times a week easily. I think our vegetables are sauteed enough. I don't want to over saute them. I don't want them to be like mushy. Okay, now I'm gonna put a little salt and pepper in the veggies and toss those around. And then I'm gonna put these on each of our pizzas. This is also fun to do after everybody gets to your house. Everybody can make their own pizza and put anything you want. You can have a variety of everything. Some people love black olives on their pizza. All right, now I'm gonna put these in the oven and I'm gonna bake them for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna cheese them. But right now, look at the boat. Hey! I can't tell from this far who that is, but I know them. The next thing I wanna show you today is chili in a mini biscuit bowl. Now we're gonna start with 2 cups of biscuit mix and 2/3 cup of milk. And I'm gonna put, because it's chili, I'm gonna put just a little cayenne pepper in it just to give it a little kick. So you can see I got some mini muffin tins sitting here. We're just gonna mix this up. And if you wanted to, you could even add cheese to this mix. All right, you can see how easy that came together. Now we're gonna take our muffin tins, and instead of cooking on them this way, we're gonna cook on them this way. And I'm gonna spray them with a little spray so that our biscuit mix won't stick. All right, and I'm just gonna rub a little on my hands, and I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna pinch off a piece of biscuit mix about the size of a walnut. And then I'm gonna flatten it, and I'm gonna put it, I wanna move things around so y'all can see. Can you see? All right, now I'm just gonna form that little bowl around our muffin tins. Now I'm gonna use every other muffin, because if I tried to make them side by side on every one of them, they would stick together, you know, because they're going to puff up some. Just flatten it, and then I'm going to go to here and get our next bowl going. You can see how easy this is, and you could season this up any way you wanted to. Now, if you wanted to make your bowls a little bit bigger, you could. You could use the medium-sized muffin tins, or if you wanted to make a big bowl for everybody, you know, they make those muffin tins that are like jumbo size, that are like that big. And y'all can see probably how I'm dressed today, that it's a little cool here in Savannah, and I got some heaters going around me, and I can hear them crackling and popping. It sounds so good. All right, now let me show y'all a little trick. I'm gonna come behind each one and flatten our biscuit bowls out. So when they come out, they'll have a smooth bottom and they won't sit cattywampus, you know, and roll out. So these are ready, and we're gonna stick these in the oven. And when I come back, I'm gonna finish up those pizzas for you. So y'all don't go anywhere, because today we're noshing out with mini meals in minutes that are delicious.
I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break.
And look at these cute little biscuit bowls. Aren't those the cutest? Aren't those the cutest little bowls? All right, we're just gonna sit those aside for a minute. And now I'm gonna pull out our pizzas. Now you can do this any way you want to. Oops. But I think that I'm gonna top these with cheese. Oh, and you can see they're steaming because it's a little nippy outside. All right, and I've got some cooked ham here. And you could use bacon or beef or chicken, anything you wanted to. And I'm gonna run these back in the oven and just let that ham and cheese melt. All right, now while that's melting, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna make our chili. I'm gonna start with a pound of ground chuck. So this is probably 90% lean and 10% fat. Personally, when I'm making chili for us to eat by the bowl, I use a link sausage, I use ground turkey, and I use ground beef. I just love all those flavors mixed together. But for this, I'm just gonna use the ground chuck, and I'm gonna brown it off, and I don't even think I'm gonna have to drain it since it's a chuck, so there shouldn't be much fat in it. And now I'm gonna toss some onion and some diced bell pepper and give that a toss. All right, now I'm gonna add a little salt, a little pepper, and 2 tablespoons of chili powder. Okay, this is really starting to smell good. And our cheese should be about melted on our pizzas. And I guess y'all have noticed that I'm not in my own kitchen today. I'm not in my regular kitchen. But, you know, Michael and I are building a house here in Savannah on the water. And you can see where all the shrimp boats are kept right down the way. And there's just nothing more beautiful than seeing these old shrimp boats coming down this little bitty creek. Now our cheese is melted. Those are piping hot. Now I'm gonna take one of these out for you and put right there. Now I think I'm gonna finish this off almost like a taco, since I've used the salsa as a base. And I'm gonna put some lettuce on it and sour cream. And oh, I wish I had some green onions, some green onion tops. But look how good that is, and I think you can't have too much cheese. All right, I can't hardly wait to dig in, but before I do that, I've got to finish getting everything in our chili pot. Now I'm adding the red kidney beans, and I'm adding a can of Mexican-style tomatoes. So they've got some seasoning in them too, so we're just gonna put that in there and let this simmer. I'm gonna give it a quick stir. Oh, doesn't that look good? And I got a full pot. Ooh, great time of day. That looks so good. I think I'm gonna set that plate on top of it so it can get hot quick. Oh, and now I'm ready to taste. You know, I'm weird about something. I love ripe olives to just stand up here and eat. In fact, I've been munching on them while I was piddling around back here, but I don't like them on my pizza. So I'm gonna forego that. But I do love sour cream. Look how delicious that looks. And the pizza crust is so crispy, it's gonna be like eating a fat crouton. This is perfectly yummy. When we come back, I'm gonna show y'all different variations that you can do with this little pizza. We're gonna finish up our chili, and I'm gonna be making Mama's banana dessert. So you don't wanna miss that one. It's just out of this world delicious. So I'll see y'all back in a minute.
I hope y'all are enjoying the show, and I want to hear from you. Tell me what recipes or videos you'd like to see me make by just leaving a short comment below. Now, let's get back to the show, y'all.
We're back, and I'm ready to pull together the last thing that's just gonna complete all of our little mini meals today, and that's dessert. Now I'm putting some nuts in. I've got some pecans, and I'm gonna throw them in the oven, and I'm gonna toast those off, because when you toast them, it just really pulls out the oils in them and the flavor. And while those are toasting, I've got 2 cups of heavy cream, and I'm gonna whip this up along with some sugar. And I'm gonna just load this up, load the whipped cream up into our bag. All right, and I'm gonna nip the corner because I am using a small rimmed container. And I'm gonna start with a banana. And I'm gonna do these last so they won't turn brown on me. But if you're in a hurry and you wanna do these ahead of time, just put a little lemon juice on them and that'll keep them from turning dark. I love bananas. And they're a wonderful source of potassium, which women really need. Then I smell our nuts. Let me go ahead and get these out. All right, so I'm gonna drop about 4 bananas down in there. And I'm gonna come in here with our bag and put some whipping cream. Now I'm gonna come in here with a little chocolate syrup and just drizzle over this. This is almost kind of like a mini banana split. All right, and I'm gonna come back in here with a couple of more bananas. All right, now I'm gonna crush some cream-filled chocolate cookies. It's gonna be so good with those bananas and that chocolate syrup. Looks so good. All right, and then we're gonna come back with some more whipping cream and some more chocolate syrup. And then I'm gonna top these with our toasted nuts, and I'm just gonna kind of crush the nuts in my hand. And look how delicious that looks. All right, so we got our bananas. And the beauty of this dessert is there's no cooking to it. The hardest part is whipping the cream, and of course, there's nothing to that, so. And then last but not least, the things that make desserts so stinking good is pecans. How delicious do those look? All right, now I'm gonna come in here and just get our chili. Now, if you don't wanna pre-make these, you can just have a basket filled with your little bowls, and people can come by and fix their own. In fact, you could keep your chili in a crock pot so it stays nice and hot in case you don't have a stove. So when everybody has a little mini bowl of chili, the chili's gonna be piping hot. Now, I kept around a couple of things that I used on our pizzas that to me go really well with our chili bowls. You know I'm a condiment girl. I love my condiments. So I think I would like mine with a dollop of sour cream and maybe just a little cheese. And I've got some fresh chives here. You can use chives, or you could just use a green onion, but just for color, I'm gonna use a little fresh chive on mine. Doesn't that look yummy? So good. When we come back, I'm gonna show y'all some ways that you can mix up your pizzas and please everybody. So y'all don't go anywhere, because we still eating.
I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break.
Okay, today's tip about your mini meals. You saw that I made the Mexican pizza earlier. Well, now I'm gonna make an Italian pizza and a Greek pizza. And I'm gonna use an olive tapenade for the Greek, and I'm just gonna spread that around, and that's gonna serve as like our base, like the salsa did, and like the marinade for our Italian. Just a little fresh spinach, put on that. All right, and then I'm gonna top it with feta cheese. And onto our tray those go. Now for our Italian, I'm gonna use a nice rich tomato sauce. Now you can buy this from the store, or you can make your own. And I'm gonna use provolone cheese. You can make any pizza you like. You could do salmon, you could do pineapple. Now I'm gonna throw these in the oven. All right, now I've got some that's already ready in the oven, and I can hear those little things sizzling. I'm gonna put these in and let them get ready. All right, now on our Italian pizza, I've got some prosciutto, and I'm just gonna come in here and make us some slices and put that on top of the provolone cheese. And just that easy, we've transformed that regular little pizza into 3 different kinds. And I hope your family's gonna love every one of them. You got something for every taste. I love prosciutto. You know, my family and I are notoriously big eaters. We love a big hearty meal, but sometimes even us big eaters like to just spend the afternoon or the evening just kind of grazing and making that meal last all night long. And this is just perfect for us. The Italian, the Mexican, and the Greek pizzas. I've got something for everybody's taste. And these adorable little chili cups in a biscuit bowl, everybody loves. And last but not least, Mama's banana dessert in the little bitty glasses. I think it might be all right if I have 2 of these. I hope that your family likes some of these recipes and y'all will try them when you're in a mood to just graze all night. So until next time, America, I always send you love and best dishes from my family's kitchen to yours.
Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.